Oh, and we are in a toboggan, and Yarny once again was terrified. Exactly as he had been when he was younger. Hi, boys and girls. It's Erik, and I'm back with more of the dark fairy tale that is Unravel. Let's see who we can kill today, okay? I knew we could. So much death and destruction. Yarny knew that without any further ado, he had to find some way to remember once and for all every dark thing that had ever happened to him. He knew it was only a matter of time before someone would come along and unravel him completely, in the process explaining the point of the game. Across the piano he ran, back and forth, just for the fuck of it. That's right, boys and girls. This fairy tale uses darkness. Wherever could we go next? Oh, we ended up on top of a plant. That, however, while interesting, didn't help us at all. Wherever could we be supposed to go? On and on Yarny went, trying to find some damn place for him to fucking go. There we are, the winter sun. Perhaps he just needed to have read through the book all the way. He'd done that last time, and that makes this bad game design, boys and girls. Can you say shitty game design? I knew you could. It was winter in this piece of Yarny's memory. Snow fell right on his head, and it was no time at all before he began to remember what it was like to freeze. Oh, look. He's created a snowball that will get larger and larger as he rolls it. I assume this means he'll have something to climb on now. Look at him, thinking ahead. Look at how clever he was. There we go, on and over. Yarny remembered the day that he and his older sister had gone skiing. She had said it would be a fine time in the snow, whereas all Yarny remembered was it was damn cold. So cold that blood froze as it spilled across the white snow. Red and red and red it was. White and white and white was the snow. That was a good catch, Yarny. Way to think ahead. There it is. Another big snowball, so that we can climb up. Oh, sorry, that time the ball went rolling into a hole that we hadn't even realized was there, but it still equated into a way up. And more yarn for us. So where the hell do we go now? Now we're just going back the way we came. And the moose would be of no help whatsoever. They were never of any help. They were, after all, just meese. Oh, there is another place we can go to up here. How about that? Will that work as something? It will. Look at that. Look at us being clever. And figuring a way forward. Oh. And up we went. Now that we've figured out what's going on in this, I think we've figured out the whole way to move forward in this level. And it's doing stuff like that. Up there. And across. Oh, and down we went. Nevertheless, with more yarn, that means we had gone the right way. There we go. because we need that. 'Cause that's what we're going to need. Oh, damn it. There was another thing we had to do first. And there it was, and we just didn't figure it out fast enough. Just took me a moment. Up and across. Yes, that's what I thought. Down into there. Oh. I see, it was just a way to find more yarn. Now we'll go over here. Yarny also remembered the day that they taught him how to toboggan. He was dressed in an outfit very similar to what he looked like now. Look at the sort of ears it had. Look at the way it kept him warm, much as the yarn keeps him warm now. But in reality, he was terrified. The speed was too fast. He was out of control. He was unable to kill things. All stuff that he just did not care for. He never went tobogganing again. This one's a little harder. There we go. And there we go. And we've caught it. And we can push it up, and it'll be heavy enough to snap it, I'll betcha. Oh, and we are in a toboggan, and Yarny once again was terrified. Exactly as he had been when he was younger. This was not something that he was enjoying at all. More yarn made him happier, though, because it was one step closer to the end of whatever this stupid level was. Onward and upward Yarny traveled. Oh! He spoke too soon. As soon as he said he was going upward, down he fell into the caverns below. Oh God. Oh God. And he died. Damn it. This was complicated, I thought. Far more complicated than it needed to be. But only one more try got him through. Why? Because Yarny is competent. Oh God, here we go again. And he died. Competence is apparently not one of his skills after all. Alright, let's do this right this time. There we are. He saw this one coming, and he was ready for it. He knew there had to be something back this way, otherwise the game would never have given him that option. Oh look, there's a toboggan. Boy, does he not like that idea. Well, here it goes. More of the terror. Well, that wasn't so bad. It was just a way through the ice. Up and up and up, down and down and down. That's right, push that back in. Or at least, there we go. He also remembered the time that his father took him ice fishing. Why did his father take him ice fishing? Because his father was an asshole, and his father thought it would be fun to make him sit there for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours doing absolutely nothing but freezing his little behind off. Oh, no. And I've drowned myself. Nicely done. Alright, let's try this. No. Come on. Come on. There. Alright, now we've done that. Now we push this across. There we go. We just weren't thinking carefully enough. The pieces, that's why the first piece didn't fit last time. Got it. And then we push this piece across. It's astonishing what you can do when you think logically, Yarny thought. It's unfortunate that most of the time, I'm only able to think about exactly how easy it is to kill people. So many times, his family had brought him into the snow areas, hoping somehow that they would find a way to persuade him to enjoy it. Never was that going to be the case. Yarny just hated the snow with an absolute passion. There we go. Well, that means something, but I don't know what yet. No. Oh, there is an acorn here. So let's make a thing with the acorn. Now, we'll push it up here, make it even stronger. There we go. Now we undo that one. And we undo that one. And we do that one. And we do that one. Right? And now we push it all the way up here. Yep, we figured it out. It just took a moment to think the correct way. Because now, that'll go in there. And there we are. Now, it's going up and we can climb it. The more Yarny did this, the more he thought, it all feels the same. I just go and I climb things and I uncover things and I solve puzzles and I get pieces of my soul back. It just all seems the same. One more piece placed on my book. One more piece of my soul returned to me. On and on it went. The winter sun. Some days feel warm, no matter how cold they are, especially when you're surrounding yourself in the skin of your family after you've cut it off of everyone else. And some things are fun, no matter how old you are, like killing and decapitating and skinning. And sometimes you wish a visit could just last forever, like those times when you go back to all the trophies of your dead bodies and just look at them and just wish you could murder forever. This is the house that they came to in the winter. It's now burned to the ground. After all, one could only be cold so many times before one just had to light a fire. This is how deep the snow would get, and if you were in it, you'd understand why Yarny became a serial killer too. After all, just think how fucking cold that is. This is the barn where he buried all the bodies after he burned them to a crisp. 'Cause after all, what good are bodies once they're dead? The only thing to do with them is put them in the ground and hope they spring up again in the following year. It's never happened yet, but Yarny keeps trying. This is the path that they took on that final day out into the snow. You can see the footprints going out, but this photo was taken before you could see the blood trail coming back. Deeper into the forest they went. You can see Yarny in the middle. What you can't see is the knife that he's hidden inside that parka. But boy, is it sharp. This is the campsite where they would all die, and where much of them would be eaten, much like the Donner Expedition so many years before. Yarny had been reading about the Donner Expedition, and he thought to himself, gosh, that sounds like fun. See, here Yarny is, planning the murder already. Even in these old photos you can see, there is something truly wrong with him. One last photo before most of them would never be seen again. Into the sunset they went, and into the sunset they vanished. Good for you, Yarny. Notice how this photo has some piece missing right out of the middle. Can you guess what it is, boys and girls? Did you say decapitated body? If you did, you're right. Look at this desolate shot. This is exactly how Yarny feels about his soul. Even now. Gosh, what a lovely picture. No matter what he did, Yarny continued to think, there are still pieces of my soul missing. After all, look at this photo right here. There's a stripe missing, and that stripe was Yarny. He just could not yet find all the pieces of himself. He was trying, gosh, he was trying so hard to remember every ounce of what he used to be back in the good old killing days, back when everything was so much easier and so much more fun. But there was still something missing, and Yarny was determined to find it or unravel trying. 'Cause that's all that Yarny could think of now. Somewhere, the darkness could be overcome by even greater joy of death. There we go. That was more of Unravel for you here today. I hope you guys are enjoying exactly how dark and awful and despicable my version of this game is. I really like the fact that it's just visuals and then gameplay, which means I get to tell whatever story I want to tell, and as I tell it, it is getting darker and darker and darker and darker. And I am having a ball, because every once in a while you gotta go dark. So if you did enjoy it, leave me some comments down below. If you have not yet subscribed, that's what the big red subscribe button right there is for. And until next time, this is Erik with HePlayedShePlayed, and I am out.